I come on here and all, like I say all the time, I am very unbiased with a lot of stuff that I talk about, and I talk about a variety of things. But this one right here could not be ignored. Now, I kind of like turned a blind eye to it because I don't watch The Bachelor and everything like that. And, you know, it is what it is. But I had to call out the Bedbuckinsms of this guy, Matt James, who is the most recent Bachelor contestant, or however you want to put it, when it comes to that show, The Bachelor. And this is the woman that he chose to be with, whose name is Rachel Kirkconnell, whatever how you pronounce her last name. Now, the only reason I really heard about this situation or stemming from it was when, after she had won the competition, it had came out that in her past she had some Confederate flag paraphernalia, and we all know what that means. They can try to say that it's Southern heritage all they want, but I've seen the Confederate flag be flown in the North, so they can miss me with that. And he basically came out and said, look, you know, she wasn't honest about her past. She told him everything except that, and he felt like there was no way that they could go on with a relationship of honesty if she left that part out. And, you know, him being a black man, he felt some type of way about it. And he was like, okay. So we see that this guy stood on his square, and he ended up breaking up with her. So fast forward a month later, after that, he ends up getting back with her. And this is a picture of them together. And then he goes on to explain why he did it. And that's why I said we were about to talk about the Bedbuckinsms. Yeah, I just made that up. Of Matt James, because he got back with her. And I'm about to read a quote, or a piece of a quote. It says, "It's unfair to leave people. Bachelor Matt James explains why he's back with ex Rachel Kirkconnell, or however you pronounce her last name. It's spelled Kirkconnell. Let's get into this BS. The Bachelor star Matt James is confirming that he and ex Rachel Kirkconnell are back together. The historic season of the ABC dating show with James as the franchise's first black bachelor. Now, you want to know what's so crazy? Isn't it interesting how in the show The Bachelor and The Bachelorette, they had a black bachelorette whose name also was Rachel. I think her name was Rachel Lindsay or something like that. She's the first black bachelorette, and she ends up with a white guy. Now you hear, excuse me. Now here you have Matt James, the first black bachelor, and he ends up with a white chick or a white woman. I'm not saying anything. I'm not saying that this doesn't look fishy to me, or if it does, if it doesn't. But I think y'all can put two and two together and fill in the gap, fill in the hole. Let's see here. Let me read this again. It says, devolved into controversy after Kirkconnell's previous racist behavior came to light and backlash swirled. Interesting word. Kirkconnell, who eventually received the final rose in March's season finale, apologized, and the couple appeared to be broken up after the final rose post-finale special. James told Wall Street Journal magazine that he's ready to give their relationship a second chance and that the couple is back on. In an interview published Thursday, James said it's unfair for him to leave Kirkconnell while she tries to be better. Now, all the divestors who are getting wind of this video, not this video, but this story, and they probably already have, are going to eat this up, and they going, I can already tell what they're already about to say. I already know. But I have to say this dude is a fool. He's an idiot. You actually got back with a chick who you know has a racist past, and you called her out on it after the fact, broke up and got back together. Then, and if that's the case, why did you even waste time calling out her behavior? That was pointless. That was a waste of time, and apparently it looked like it was for ratings. Like, he's a fool, and I can almost imagine what she's probably calling him, like behind closed doors or when they're having sex. I know a few N-words done slipped out of her mouth a few times. Let's see here. It's on people who care about being allies to do the work to be truly anti-racist, and I think it's unfair to leave people without the ability to unlearn and be better. What in the we are the world and kumbaya is this crap? After taping season 25, but while the show was still airing on ABC, Rachel was criticized for liking Confederate flag related TikToks and for a resurfaced photo that appears to show her attending a plantation themed fraternity formal in 2018. Now, I didn't know about that plantation thing. Now, that's taking it even further, because now that's a disrespect to his ancestors and a tribute to her ancestors. But hey, according to him, it's unfair to leave people. I'm trying to figure out what is this fairness thing. She's very racist. That's all I can say. But he's staying with it. And this is exactly why I've said before in my previous videos. This is what makes me side eye a lot of interracial relationships, whether it's a black man and a white woman, or a black woman and a white man. When it comes to stuff like this, that you are willing to forgive an obvious racist, whether they did something recent or in their past, but you will have all types of vitriol for your own if they even mess up one time. That's why I kind of link it to how black people treat black-owned businesses versus white-owned businesses. A white-owned business can treat you any kind of way, follow you around the store. A black-owned business, you know, they have their prices set a certain way. You try to get a discount, and if you feel they mess up one time, oh, they got bad customer service, let me find their Yelp page and give them 1 star and a bad review and tell people not to go there. So that shows you right there that not only do some black people have an interracial relationship with others, but they also have an interracial relationship when it comes to business. Ooh, I might need to write that one down, because some people didn't catch that. Let me say that again. Not only do some black people have an intimate interracial relationship with other people and put them up on a pedestal even when they're wrong, but they also have an interracial relationship with business and will put them up on a pedestal. Let me continue. She apologized for her past actions, calling them offensive and racist. During the After the Final Rose live special, James said that he didn't think anybody is irredeemable, but there's a lot of work Kirkconnell needed to do alone. Now that the couple is back together, James says the work is being done as a unit. We can have critical conversations about being in this relationship and what I need in a partner, especially if that woman isn't black, to understand that what comes with me in my life and being black, he said in a Thursday interview. James also talked about work that needs to be done within the Bachelor franchise to diversify the future seasons. Let me go back to that part where he says, we can have critical conversations about being in this relationship and what I need in a partner, especially if that woman isn't black. That lets me know right here he's going to be doing a lot of explaining to her about how not to be a racist, you know, because this is PC 101. Act ignorant to the stuff that you've already done and have your black spouse or that token black friend break down to you what racism is, even though you are the catalyst for what it is. Then he says, to understand what comes with me in my life and being black. If you have to do all of that, why are you in a relationship with her? Like, that seems like it will be a constant struggle every single day. Instead of working on building a relationship and building a foundation and maybe possibly building a family, you have to build on blocks on why and how it is very insulting and very wrong to be racist. If you got to do all of that, that's not a relationship. That's not even a friendship. I don't know what that is. That's nothingness. If you have different people of color all across the board, excuse me, it's going to help you to tell a story that's more representative. Earlier contestants within the franchise have also come under fire for racist comments. Lee Garrett was scrutinized in 2017 for referring to Kenny King, a black contestant, as aggressive before Lee's past racist and sexist tweets resurfaced. In 2018, Bachelorette winner Garrett Yergoin came under fire after fans discovered he had liked racist and transphobic Instagram posts. This guy right here is a whole goofy. And I won't be surprised if this relationship does not last. The only thing I can hope is that he does not procreate with this chick. Don't even ask her to marry you, none of that. And I have a feeling that this is it could possibly be a publicity stunt. I don't know what this guy does for a living. I don't know what his bag is looking like. That's not for me to know because, like I said, I don't pocket watch nobody, especially my own people. But I have a feeling that this could be all for publicity, for ratings, or what have you. Just like when he came out there and said what he said was probably for ratings, and now they're back together, and the people over at ABC who run The Bachelor probably said, look, we understand she's this way and she's this way, but it will not be a good look if y'all break up so soon after the show has aired, because we need to keep this show running. And notice that this is a quote unquote interracial couple. And what are they pushing right now heavily at the moment? They need to give this image that interracial couples are not dysfunctional, or at least as dysfunctional as, say, black couples. They got to keep this thing going. But like I said, keep in mind that when they had the first black bachelorette, she ended up with a white guy. Now that they have the first black bachelor, he ends up with a white woman, and a white woman with a racist past, no less. And now he's back with her after he made that now pointless and meaningless statement. Like, he could have kept that to himself. Like, people was rooting for him when he came out and said that, because we didn't expect for him to come out and actually say that and then address it publicly and in front of her on national television. So I have a feeling like this is just a cleanup thing to try to get that out of people's heads, as if people are going to forget what she did and the outcome of it. But you know what? That's his life. I can't even say I wish them the best. It is what it is. Y'all let me know what y'all think down in the comments.